What's happening, guys? My name is Max. Today we're reacting to the NELK Boys Full Send podcast. If you're new here, I am a communication skills coach, and on this channel I react to different people's conversations, interviews, and presentations. I know all the NELK Boys aren't on this podcast. I believe it's just Salim, Kyle, and I know Bob Menery, who's not an NELK Boy. I'll be taking a look at their dynamic, their communication skills. I'll give you my thoughts. I'm looking forward to checking this out. And guys, if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Cool, thanks for tuning in. Let's get started with the video.
By the way, full send audience, I know I'm new, just gonna give it our all, just keep with the dream.
You're gonna get more trips, you're drinking a Smirnoff Ice.
I might as well just hit rock bottom at this point.
Bob Menery's been getting torn up in the comment section, I've noticed.
So, okay, can I help you? I said, yeah. Have a nice day. Nice walk by.
All right, well, yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Boys, we got another episode of the...
Okay, so no Salim today. I was looking forward to analyzing Salim, so I'll have to do that another time.
I don't think so, buddy. It was Brad Pitt versus Leo.
Really? Was Brad Pitt actually, was he in consideration for it?
Well, it was my choice. It was
really?
It was a bidding war between the two of them, and I chose Leo.
Wow.
Kyle really listens, right? Kyle's genuinely curious. When Kyle's genuinely curious, you could tell.
Was Brad Pitt actually, was he in consideration for it?
Well, it was my choice. It
really?
was a bidding war between the two of them, and I chose Leo.
Wow.
And all the guests that he's brought on, he seems to really listen to, from Dana White to Dennis Rodman. And I think that's part of the reason why these guests like him and open up to him, because you can tell he wants to genuinely hear what they have to say.
By the way, I'm not busting your balls. You know you're one of my best buddies. I'm just reading what's on the internet. Pled guilty to fraud-related crimes in connection with stock market manipulation, running a boiler room.
See Belfour's face there?
I don't want. That's not the way to start
All
the
right, cool. I
spot.
guess
Let's start the podcast in a normal way. Honestly, it's stupid. No one gives a
busting
about.
your balls.
No, I know, but it's just stupid and it's just stupid and boring.
Okay,
come on, let's go.
That was totally Bob's idea.
No,
it's fucking ridiculous.
But obviously,
He didn't like that. He's setting his boundaries right away. I think he's an exceptional salesperson, exceptional. But he likes to be in control. Right? He likes to dictate the conversation. So I feel like here, it's like if these guys are dictating it in a way that he's not happy with, he's going to let it be known. Like he sets his boundaries in that way.
Jordan's done so many interviews about the same shit.
What?
Listen, it's
And I was like, let's talk about some relevant shit.
Jordan, you know how many people bring up Buffalo Wild Wings to me over and over again?
Buffalo Wild
This might be
Wings.
your last one, man.
I lost. I might have lost.
You just pissed off Jordan.
Nah,
No, I'm not pissed off.
Kyle knows that he's got to have Jordan's back on this one.
You just pissed off Jordan.
Nah.
And I've noticed that in the past episodes, if Bob says something that Kyle thinks is kind of dumb, he makes sure to vocalize the fact that he has his guests back.
I am in and I am out. For me, it's muscle memory. I've been working out since I'm a really, really young guy, and every day for till 30, literally, 6 days a week till 30.
So you just get in super high intensity and that's it?
Not even, pal. I just...
Some good communication tips there. First of all, Kyle's demonstrating some really good listening skills there, right? And on top of the fact that he was showing that he was listening, he asked a really good follow-up question specifically about the gym.
6 days a week till 30.
So you just get in super high intensity and that's it?
So that's a tip for you guys in conversations to take home with you. When you're speaking to people, listen to what they're saying so we can ask a follow-up question based on the information that they provided us with. Because that demonstrates to the person you're listening, and it also demonstrates to the person that you're genuinely curious in wanting to know more.
Anywhere between 80 and 100.
Are you a gambler?
What?
Are you a gambler?
That's the thing about Bob. It seems like he's more sporadic with his questions. He'll jump from question to question, to topic. And it's easy to have good conversations with people if you just have a little bit of basic knowledge about a subject and you're just genuinely curious. Then you can ask questions and have a conversation based on the things that people tell you.
And a couple of my friends just got destroyed gambling, lost millions. And
See Bob there bringing it back to himself there, bringing it back to himself.
Destroyed gambling, lost millions.
Right, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing, but I have noticed that Bob does that quite a bit. And I like Bob too, man. I think Bob's hilarious. But I do notice that when people are talking, he relates it back to himself, and he just did that there by putting up his hand. And I think maybe that's why he turns a lot of people off. is because it seems like he doesn't make it about the guests and he makes it more about himself.
I have a friend, a good friend of mine, who was on a big roll. He's won about $4 or $5 million in the last month. I think poker is different. Like, if you're playing poker with skill, then you can play. It's not gambling so much. It's different. But beating the house.
Just as a side note, see how much conviction Jordan Belfort speaks with? And communication, the majority of it really is in our tone and our body language. Because if Belfort said these same words in a more timid tone or a quieter voice, it definitely would not have the same impact.
Savage gambling stories. You have any good gambling stories? Like a big night, big loss?
I see a lot of savage gambling stories. I mean, I think the biggest loss I took was $1.2 million.
Bob will ask good questions, but he's risky with the questions. I feel like his questions are high risk, high reward, because he'll shoot straight into it.
You gotta have some pretty fucking savage gambling stories. You have any good gambling stories? Like a big night, big loss?
Like Bob's thinking, I want the most entertaining stories here. I think that's Bob's thought process. He's like, I want to get the most entertaining stuff out of these guests. But sometimes it's like, you got to be a little more strategic with it. Like, let them feel a little more comfortable first. Build some trust before we go straight in there.
It broke my streak. Like, this little shit casino, I think it was called Casino Royale in St. Martin, on the border of the French and the Dutch side. Right? Casino Royale broke my streak, and then I kept losing and losing.
If you want to gain credibility for your story and enhance the trust in your audience, then something we can do is do something that Jordan did there, which is say the specific name of the casino.
Casino Royale in St. Martin, on the border of the French and the Dutch side.
Right, just to sort of add proof to the story. Like, this is the casino, Casino Royale in Saint Martin, and then you name the two places that it was in between. Because not only does it help our audience visualize what we're saying more, but it also helps add validity to what the story is.
I said you've done a lot of interviews. It must be like the same stories.
It doesn't really come out much, but it's all there. I mean, I fucking talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of us. I believe that America is like the greatest country in the world. It's the country of second chances. I got a second chance, and I made something really special of that. I took what was a fucking crime.
Kyle's making it all about Jordan in this interview, right? He hasn't said much. He understands what his role is. Jordan's a talker. Bob can get talking to. Kyle doesn't need to say much. He knows when he needs to step in, maybe say a few things, maybe ask some questions, facilitate a conversation, but he also knows when to sort of hold back and let the other people do the talking. And you can just tell that the way he communicates with people, even through his pranks. He's extremely quick and extremely aware. His instincts with how much he can push things are really, really high. And you need to have a good judge of people in order to do that. So he's got real good instincts with people.
There was a full send token that someone made, and it was like blowing up. And we were still new to the space too, so we were kind of like investigating it. Like, we're interested, like, oh, someone made a...
Like, you notice how Kyle also speaks in very simple language, right?
There was a full send token that someone made, and it was like blowing up.
Or he's not trying to sound professional or smart when he's explaining things. He's just being himself.
Was that the scene when, remember the movie Wolf of Wall Street, when you were
crawling, yeah.
When you were crawling DiCaprio, that was you were on.
No, that was a cerebral palsy phase. What happened with that one is that's what
Bob's found his zone here, and he's asking very pertinent questions that are very relevant to the story that Jordan's talking about.
Was that the scene when, remember the movie Wolf of Wall Street, when you were
crawling, yeah.
When you were crawling DiCaprio, that was you.
That's a sign that Bob's engaged and keeping the conversation on the right track. Man, this guy's got crazy stories. Crazy stories. Kyle enjoys these party stories, you know? He gets a kick out of them. Kyle has different listening modes. Like when Jordan's talking about business, he doesn't have that smile. He's sort of listening a little more intently, and he's maybe looking off to the side a little, and his mind's going.
And you were selling while everyone else was buying.
But hey, when we're talking about parties and, you know, this type of stuff, Kyle's got a different demeanor. It's easier just to kind of lock in and tune in and be engaged because there's not a lot of interpreting that needs to go on. So you can kind of relax and smile.
Was the movie misleading at all? Like, what was the most misleading scene that you're like, that didn't happen? They made me look like a fucking asshole.
That's a good question.
Sober 18 months prior to getting arrested. So like they have me like relapsing after I get arrested and going crazy and punching her. So the timeline's all off.
I think part of Kyle's success is his ability to listen, his ability to listen to his audience, to listen to other people around him. You know, his respect is genuine. His enjoyment out of people, his respect for people is because he likes them, not because he feels like he has to like them in order to gain something from them. And I believe the more true you can be to yourself, the more real people you're going to get on your side.
But I slipped him a note saying, "Don't incriminate yourself."
And you guys were like out to lunch or something?
Yeah,
You were
at a
outside in
dinner,
van
at
or
a
something
dinner,
like
and they
that?
were outside in a van. And at the time, interesting.
All right, guys, so we're about halfway through this interview, just over halfway through. I'm going to take in the rest on my own. But if you want to see the extended version of this video, all you need to do is click on my Patreon link below. You can see me react to it a little more and give some further analysis. I've also got some bonus content on my Patreon. Other than that, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if there's anyone else you'd like me to react to, any other videos you'd like me to react to. Until then, hit that subscribe button. My name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.